Amazing Grace is another Percy's Fast Food Toy Story. Yay!
Amazing Grace is
Another Percy's Fast Food Toy Story.
Yay! Amazing Grace is
Another Percy's Fast Food Toy Story.
Yay!
Hello, what's up guys? My name is Percy and I'm the Guinness World Record holder for the largest, if not the largest collection of fast food toys. Yeah, baby! What's up? How about a big round of applause? Okay, so once again guys, I'm here to tell you another amazing and stupendous and inspiring Percy's Fast Food Toy Story. And boy have I got an amazing toy for today's episode, because this toy is actually vintage. It's from 1992, so you do the math. 1992, this is most likely 28 years old. Okay, now the toy I'm referring to is none other than ta-da-da. You might be familiar with this because from a long time ago, you were once a kid and you probably went to Burger King and bought for yourself this particular toy. Okay, so this is the toy given by Burger King in the United States way back in 1992. Okay, this is actually a character based on one of the characters of the Capital Critters, which are so popular during the 1990s. Okay. So the Capital Critters is basically telling the story of all these mice and rats who are from different places but found residence in the basement of the Capitol or in Washington DC. That's basically where the president resides. This was produced by Steven Bochco. Now I'm very familiar with Steven Bochco because when I was still young, I've been watching the Doogie Howser show, and this is actually produced by Steven Bochco. And I never realized that he also produced a cartoon called The Capital Critters. So since he was able to actually get Neil Patrick Harris and Doogie Howser, he eventually asked him to also lend his voice in this cartoon from Hanna-Barbera. So Neil Patrick Harris is actually the main protagonist. In this film, he voiced Max, the mouse. Yeah, Max Mouse. Okay, but this one is not Max. So the main antagonists in the Capital Critters were actually the vice presidential cat and the presidential cat. Now, if you take a look at these particular characters, they're actually like caricatures of the then Vice President Dan Quayle and President W.H. Bush. Now, what do you think? Is this the vice presidential cat or the presidential cat? Okay, does he look like Dan Quayle or George W.H. Bush? Okay, well anyway, it's either it could be that this is the vice presidential cat or the presidential cat. And as you can see, he's popping out from this miniature version of the Capitol, which shows that this cat really resides in this particular structure, this prominent structure in the United States, and has been guarding it from the rodents or the mouse and the mice that have found solace and have found residence in the basement of the Capitol. Okay, so this is great. It's actually very soft and squishy. Wonderful, wonderful toy. I think you can use this particular toy as a cake topper should one of your kids or one of your nephews or nieces would celebrate their birthday. They happen to be fans of the Capital Critters. You can always put them in the cake as cake toppers, and that will inevitably result to a beautiful cake. Which is somehow a homage to this 1992 television series produced by Steven Bochco, and it starred Neil Patrick Harris. And it is a wonderful, wonderful cartoon. I hope Cartoon Network will eventually show some of the older clips of Capital Critters so that the new generation of children will be able to watch this amazing cartoon as well. Okay, yeah, I was hoping Cartoon Network would come up with retrospective cartoons. Yeah. had it not been for this particular toy, I wouldn't have known about the capital critters. So anyway, this is so great. Namaste. This is just an amazing grace. So once again, guys, let's try to be grateful to God for all the amazing grace that come to our lives, be they in the form of this presidential cat from the capital critters. Yeah, brought to us by Burger King in 1990. Or also be thankful for, the films, the television series that Stephen Bochco was able to produce, like Doogie House. I'm very thankful to that, and it's been an inspiration and has brought a lot of entertainment and a lot of lessons to be learned from that television series. Like at the end of every series, at the end of every show, you would see Doogie Howser typing a journal and then getting the moral lesson, the gist of the moral lesson that Candy had out of the experience from that particular episode. Yeah. Now I'm also looking forward to watching the Capital Critters. I hope I get to see it on YouTube or some other platforms on social media, so that I will basically be introduced to this seemingly vintage cartoons, but definitely is a part to many of Stephen Bochco's television produced projects. Okay, or basically, guys, let's be thankful for every amazing grace, be they small or big, be they seemingly insignificant or the truly eventful ones, or just about every amazing grace that make our lives a lot more happy and jolly. And thank you guys once again for always tuning in to Percy's Fast Food Toy Story, and I hope to see you again with our next one. So until then, bye bye and see you around. Here's the cat from the Capital Critters. Capital.